Hello everyone, Inigo Snake here, and welcome back to my channel. Let's just get right into it. So I couldn't wait to get back into this. Today, I'm glad I have time for this. So I talked to the one person that was in here, and I think I talked to everyone that was up. So basically we're talking to people and getting their reactions to what they think of what their thoughts on the events thus far, like the fact that Guerrilla Fortress is gone, and the fact that Osborne is going to do his little address. Let's see what we're getting our opinions for everyone on, and so I spoke to everyone outside, and so I should probably keep going to people around town, around the campus. So let's go to the student union. I wish I could go into town. I wish I had Elliot in my party. I really screwed up my chance to do the money trick. Like, now that I understand that you can do more than one recipe at one time, like, I really thought I had to do one at a time like a freaking idiot. I could have done it right there. I could have gotten a million mira. Just repeat it a few times. As long as there is some sort of profit, I could have done it. Alright, so let's talk. I feel sad. I really hope I get another chance to do it. If not, I'm going back to that save file. I'm just going to do it on my own. Crow and Millium? Sorry, haven't seen either of them today. I wouldn't be surprised if Crow was just slacking off somewhere on campus. No idea where Millium might be, though. I can't believe the Academy Festival had to end with a bombshell like that. This thing was supposed to leave you with some good memories, but that's definitely not happening now. I really feel for you first years in particular. At least the second year's got one good one. I mean, we could still have some good memories. I mean, if you just cut out the part where war is breaking out and Guerrilla Fortress is gone and a lot of soldiers have all died and they weren't even fighting at this point. They just didn't know what hit them, basically. Hopefully next year's Academy Festival will make up for it. But with things like this, there's no telling if there'll even be a festival next year at all. What a mess. I don't know why we're talking about, like, basically he said I don't know if there's going to be a festival next year. A good point, because if a war breaks out, we all know this, wars aren't over too quickly. Like, it could take a few years for the war, and then even longer to even get back to normal after the war, because there would be a lot of resources used up, a lot of families destroyed. Like, you'd have to build the whole country back up again. Like, this could span 8 games. Never know. I don't know, guys. I'm like, I keep thinking about what could the other games be focusing on. Like, how does Rain grow as a person? Like, because right now he's a bit of an empty shell a little bit. Like, I guess that they do that purposefully because they want the player to see themselves in the character, so they can't give him too many qualities. And I think they did that so well. Like, they made him Rain is still a pretty complex character, not nearly as flat as Gaius is, but they haven't completely defined him yet. They leave him as someone who's trying to discover things, basically, which is the audience. I know I've gone over this, but I think it's really brilliant how they've characterized Rain, and they characterize him in a way that makes us connect with him, or allows the audience to connect with him easily. Let's talk to this. Which is not something games do a lot. At least not JRPGs. Like, in some games want to be edgy and make the character an a-hole from the get-go. But anyways, let's just continue before I talk your ears off. About half the upper class students have already run home. Pretty pathetic after all their talk about how superior they are. And you'd figure a bunch of big fancy nobles would at least wait for a war to break out before running away. Oh, shade. Maybe it's not my place to say anything, but still, it's kind of pathetic that the ones who talk the biggest are the first ones to run away at the slightest sign of danger. Yeah, I mean, the fact is, they're human just like we are, and if there's like a chance for them to get out of harm's way, then they're gonna take it. And I think the people who aren't class 1 or 2, who can't readily just go back home that easily, do so maybe not because they're braver than them, but because they're probably not any safer if they went home. But if they were, they'd probably be home as well. Not to say that because I'm sure there's class 1 and class 2 people who are quote unquote brave who stay here. But anyway, it's getting complicated. Let's talk to male students. Yeah, he looks like a male student. You really are short-tempered. Maybe eating something might calm you down a bit. Okay, let's talk to female student. Damn it, time feels like it's dragging on forever. Why couldn't Chancellor Osborne just make us a dress first thing in the morning? How am I supposed to get anything done when all I can think about is how long it's gonna be till the speech starts? Oh wow. Yeah, she's upset. She's over here mad that he doesn't start the speech sooner. Look, I'd rather he get his thoughts collected, alright, before everyone sits down and thinks about shit before they rashly go in. Let's not do it on angry female student schedule. Good lord. I never expected to see Corellia Fortress under attack like that. To make matters worse, Heimdall's been full of protesters ever since. I was hoping to go home, but with everyone panicking like this, I can't see it happening anytime soon. I guess all I could do is sit back, relax, and read some books. Oh, beautiful boys, at least you're always here for me. Look, this is one thing I wanted to say. I wasn't sure if I should say it, but I'll just say it now, that this game, though it has like very visible lesbian characters in it, like we have Angelica, and then we also have one of the twins, because I think one of them like really liked the Gartner girl, so she's probably like a lesbian or bisexual, who knows, because she seems to like guys too. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure if she actually likes it. I'm not sure. But anyways, we're gonna assume that the game is fine with lesbian characters, and they really fleshed out Angelica's character. Like, I didn't think they did her terribly wrong or anything like that. But the way they treat gay, like as in homosexual males in this game, they treat it as if it's a complete fantasy. The only time you get any hint of guys being gay is in this club, and it's just treated like it's this pie in the sky, like weird shit that only females fantasize about, right? And that's the only space that homosexuality in guys exists. Even our main character is like thinks it's hilarious. Like, whoa, straight out of nowhere that you guys would ever think that I would like a guy. Like, it's fantasy land. It's fantasy that any guy could do that. And I just think that's pretty telling of this game. Like, this game tries really hard to be, different from a lot of JRPGs that aren't that woke at all. Woke, quotation marks. And this game is trying to be woke. Right. It's trying, but it didn't quite get there. We still have flat Gaius going on. We still have, it's a fantasy. It's not really real that guys can be gay. In fact, I don't think I know of a gay character, a gay guy character in this game. At least not in this first game. Nowhere in sight. I don't know. And the thing is, the game goes through great lengths to flesh out a few of the NPCs that you can meet around campus and other places. And they even have like a chart in here, like where you can look at, members of class, these different classes. Now, I don't know everybody, of course, right? Oh, see there? That's okay. I have a star next to these. That's why. Well, I don't have a star next to Crow though. That's weird. Wait. Yeah, I don't have a star next to him. I don't know what happened. I don't understand. Alright. I don't have a star next to him, but I was able to dance with him. That is interesting. But anyways, granted I don't know everything about everybody. I definitely know a lot about many of the characters. Like, I definitely went out of my way to talk to a lot of these characters, and no one even like hinted at being, none of the guys hinted at being homosexual. Where we have this Bridget character, and she's in love with this other guy. Like, it's never the case. If anything, perhaps Professor Thomas, perhaps, because of the way he keeps wanting to have Nightheart join him for drinks all the time. But he also says that to Professor Sarah as well. But the way he's one of the few professors that seem to really like Nightheart and really wants him to join him, and then also Neidhart goes out of his way to actually do that one time. Well, no, I don't think he actually. I think he was just dragged into the situation. And so like Professor Thomas may or may not be gay. I don't know if this is true or not. He might just be really interested in his books, so he may actually be asexual. Never know. This is me just throwing stuff out there. But that's all I'd like to say about this game. Is this game has a weird thing about guys being gay, and we have this whole literature club that are all of it is fantasy. Apparently there is no like real gay couple that they could look at and read about. It's all just fan fiction. Like that's and the thing is that happens a lot in just video games in general. Video games in general don't have a lot of gay people in it. Video games may have lesbians in it, but gay couples, like a gay loving couple or just an interesting gay couple, like just have it just in the game and not have it be a huge thing, that's very rare to find. Like the only time you find this, sadly, most of the time you're gonna find it in fan fiction. But here in the real world, we know that these relationships actually exist and is not fan fiction. So that's all that was just a slight rant for me. Like when I was editing it, I was like, good lord, game, could you be less, I don't know, obvious about the fact that you don't like Reen is impossible for Reen to be gay. As blank slate as they wanted him to be, that's too far. That's just too far. Despite the fact that you could romance characters, you can only romance the female ones. That's just how it is. Apparently, there are still multiple demonstrations going on in Heimdall. My father's been able to mitigate the worst with help from the government. There's only so much he can do. I hope he isn't pushing himself too hard. Being powerless is just so frustrating. I hope my father isn't overworking himself again. He's probably overworking himself. We ended up here since we didn't have anything better to do. Do you think this is an okay place to be spending our time, though? We really can't do anything. That definitely wasn't the way I imagined the festival would end. Maybe I should have gone home, too. That definitely wasn't... Okay. This is Machias's, like, true friend here. Like, they hang out together, they do shit on the side, like, they play chess and nerd out together about chess together. I think that's really cute. Like, and I think Machias probably finds it difficult to make friends, so I'm glad that he has one. Lisa has a friend from playing rugby. Rain is friends with everybody. I don't know who he's the closest friend with. I don't know if he's made like a close friend relationship. There's his sister who he's grown up with, so they're friends. But like at the school, he has technically made a lot of new friends, but he's one of those people that wants to like like likes everyone a lot equally. So I don't know if he's like any closer to any of them than I don't know, than just regular friendship. You know, it's not like a close friend. I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining myself well. This photo of Gorelia Fortress is just unfathomable. My heart just sinks every time I look at it. Which reminds me, Rex has changed. He hasn't even been rambling on about girls. I wonder if he's okay. It's strange to see Rex of all people acting so serious. I wonder if he's okay. Oh, Rex has a different dimension? What? He used to be just the guy taking pictures all day of women. Let's see what he thinks right now. Gorelia Fortress, gone. This picture's just unbelievable. Uh-oh. He's taken by this picture. Maybe he's been inspired to take different pictures. Maybe he wants to be like a photographer of like the newspaper and catch like current events shit. I don't know. Like maybe this has changed him. Oh, he's not. Oh, he didn't have anything to say. He said ... That's crazy. Alright, let's see. Oh, let's see what this lady has to say. The future has been shrouded in gloom lately. I seem to have lost the ability to tell fortunes since waking up this morning. Perhaps this is a sign that the threads of fate are being tangled. I don't know whether to like believe this girl or not. Like, it's always that way when people claim that they're psychics. Of course, you can always test them and realize that, you know, they don't have any more accuracy in predicting the future than any other person. But they're so confident that that they make a whole business out of it. Like, it's very interesting. I'm no longer able to tell the fortunes. Could this mean that fate is coming to a crossroads? Well, this game is nearing the end. There's that. I mean, I don't know if that's what you mean. Okay, there's a story event in there. We're not going to do the story event. We want to talk to everybody first. Alright, so we did the student union, basically. Why does it look like there is an exclamation mark in the library? And let me just check real quick. Like, it looks like... Like, I know there's not, but... Does not look like... Okay, so it looks like Toa... Okay, Toa is attached to the student union, and she has an exclamation mark. So she's probably the one who I need to talk to for shit to happen. So let's go to the gymnasium. Technically, we're not club members anymore, but this seemed like a good way to keep our minds off of everything going on right now. Okay, I guess I better look this way, because she's determined to look that way. You're already looking tired, Logan. Step it up. Jeez. She said, step it up. You better not hold back on me, Friedel. I'll get one win on you before we graduate. You can count on that. I don't know about that, but we'll see. I mean, they're making it seem like it seems like she's like impossible to defeat. So good luck with that. Going for a swim really does help you get your head in the right place. I'm worried about my family for sure, but there's not much I can do. All I can do is make the most of my time here. I know it's easy to get worried about everything that's going on, but nothing good will come from overthinking things. You need a clear head in order to make swift, rational decisions as the situation calls for it. You know what? I'm very happy that he's a rational person. I like rational people. It's really hard to stay that way. We're susceptible to like being easily like I don't want to say manipulated, but like easily convinced of other things just based on our own experiences. So yeah, try to be rational, guys. Listen. It's okay, Laura. You're the one who told me I should follow the road I believe in, right? I'm sure you'll be fine no matter what happens. It seems as though you somewhat overestimate my abilities, but I can't think of a greater gift than your trust in me. Thank you, Monica. Oh wow, she really respects this girl's opinion. I like that shit. Like, Laura has grown as a character. I like that shit so much. Like, I was getting pissed off at Laura for a hot minute. Y'all saw me, I was getting upset. But she's really become a better person, I think, just in the span of this school year. Like, just being able to teach somebody and realizing that not everyone is her, and you can't treat everybody like exactly the way you would treat you, or actually you can't treat everybody like, you know, the same way. That came out wrong. But you can't treat everyone as, like, your expectations might be unrealistic, basically. And you need to bring it down to like reasonable levels for people, and then that can actually help people more than giving them goals of like impossible goals. That discourages people. That makes them do dumb shit like what Monica was doing. Monica was like starting to become depressed in all of this. Like, I was scared for Monica's life, actually. Like, I was like, is Monica gonna be okay with all this pressure? But anyways, even Laura seems worried about this whole situation. Hopefully we'll all be able to support her. But I thought that really was a dick move by Laura. I really thought so, but I'm glad that she's learned, okay guys? We can all learn. Alright? We all do dumb shit at some point in our lives. It seems confusion has spread throughout the Empire after what happened at Guerrilla Fortress. What do duty and honor demand of us during uncertain times like these? I find myself thinking about that more and more often lately. Father has been incredibly busy lately, so I haven't been able to get in touch with him. It's hardly surprising, though, considering the situation. Still, I can't help but worry about him. Yeah, I can imagine he's freaking busy. If he's not busy, there's something wrong. Oh, it's like this guy. I did it! I beat my best time! Going for a swim really was a good idea. A bit of activity was just what I needed to take my mind off things. This is the most positive statement I've had in a while now. Jeez, this person has successfully taken his mind off the situation. Everyone else is like deep in thought. I just sort of came here without even thinking about it. If I was sitting around doing nothing, I'd start worrying about the terrors that could be in store for us. Aw, damn it. Oh. Oops. I kind of reminded him of the situation. Well, that's Reen for you. Get you back on track, focused about what really matters. The fact that the world is gonna explode in a few moments. Like, it literally, the world could just disappear. Like, just think, like, if that weapon was, like, stronger than it already. Like, if we could just completely disappear an entire fortress, then... Scary thoughts. Okay, so we got him. Okay, we're gonna wait to do story events, but we only got, like, one other place to go to look at. Alright, that's also a story event. Alright, so let's go to the engineering building.
I still can't believe there's a weapon out there powerful enough to level Guerrilla Fortress like that.
Cool. Voice acting.
I didn't think you could get much more powerful than those railway guns.
Yeah, having seen the railway guns in person, I can hardly believe it myself. There are rumors that whatever that weapon is, it's managed to fend off the armored divisions several times too.
Still, I can't help but wonder what the Chancellor's gonna say in his national address. Whatever it is, I have a feeling that it's gonna shake up some things around here. This is a military academy after all. Who knows? We might even see active duty. Even as an engineer, I doubt they'd make an exception for me.
Oh, they might, like, enlist them into the army or something. Into the military,
Could
basically.
be that my lazy days tinkering with orbital bikes are numbered.
Oh, don't say that, George.
Well, no point stressing out too much about the future till we're there. I didn't mean to be a downer about it. Go on and listen to the broadcast, but don't worry yourself too much. This country may go through a lot in the coming years, but ultimately, we have a say in our future.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't want to look away from what's happening. We have to be aware of our present to take charge of our future.
I mean, technically, you do have a say in your future, but how much of a say do you have in your future? It's one thing that's hard to grapple with sometimes. Like, we like to encourage ourselves to think that we have all this control and voice and power, when it's not a lot of power we have, especially when you live in a society.
But anyway, you wouldn't happen to know where Crow is, would you? He hasn't shown up to class today.
Crow? Can't say that I do. He came by yesterday with a box of things he'd borrowed from me, but he never mentioned having any plans today.
Dang. Anyway, I'll keep asking around to see if anyone else knows where he is.
Well, knowing Crow, he's probably just wandering around somewhere. Just keep looking around and I'm sure you'll run into him.
Will do.
Can you still... Yeah, you can still modify, do all these things. It's crazy. I know it's easier said than done, but life's a lot easier when you try to stay optimistic about stuff. Especially stuff like the Chancellor's had addressed today. Look at Crow, for instance. He just wandered off like he didn't have a care in the world. I guess that's just the way he is. I'm sure you'll stumble across him before too long, though. You guys are making it seem like, oh, it's nothing bad happening. But watch, something's going down right now. He's doing something crazy. My plot senses are tingling. But let's go to a student union and talk to Toa. The girl we avoided because it's a story event. I'm glad this shit is being voice acted. I like all the voice acting. I know it's expensive, but I really appreciate it.
Oh, Reen.
I figured I could find you here.
Yep. The student count passing out radios for every classroom, so I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Are you guys planning on listening to the Chancellor's statement too?
How could we not? He's supposed to be addressing the entire country after all.
Yeah. Whatever it's about, it's going to be something big. I don't think anyone could have imagined the relationship between Crossbell and Erebonia going south like this.
I know, everyone was like, oh, it's okay, it's not, Cross doesn't have that much power, and then this shit happens. This happens a lot with stuff, like take a look at this pandemic. We all thought, or at least here in America, people thought that it wasn't really going to affect them that much, even though I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, that's not really how viruses work, but anyways, we weren't paying attention to the fact that the other countries being affected by it, and even after it came into our country, we were starting getting more and more people starting to get like affected by the virus. It took a while for Americans. This is what I know of because I live in that country, but it took a while for us to even respond adequately. Like, we were like in denial for way too long about this shit, and we're kind of paying for it now. But let's continue.
I sure hope Angie's okay. What with all of this political turmoil right now.
Toa.
Sorry about that. I'm the student council president. I need to stay focused on what's going on right here, right now. Angie would laugh at me if she could see me getting distracted over her anyway.
That's right. You've got to focus on getting through this. Still, don't try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not the only one ready to give you a hand if you need it.
She always does this. She always takes on more than she can handle.
Will do. Thanks. Oh yeah, why were you looking for me in the first place?
Right. I almost forgot.
Almost forgot about the whole reason why I'm asking people.
Do you have any idea where Crow might have gone?
Crow? Nope, I'm afraid not. He didn't mention that he had to go anywhere when I talked to him yesterday, at least.
Was yesterday the last time you saw him?
Yeah, he was giving me back some of the stuff he borrowed from me since graduation's getting so close. That was nice of him, but then he gave me everything he borrowed from Angie, too. It's only polite to give back the stuff you borrowed in person. Now it's more work for me.
Well, that's a very Crow thing to do. Well, I'll keep asking around and find out if anyone knows where he's gone.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh, but make sure you're back in your classroom by noon, okay?
Of course.
Okay, so I think this is a good point to stop, because I'm pretty sure if I go to the last thing, it'll probably like encourage more shit to take place. What was this? Okay. And I don't want this to be a super long episode. I'm trying to not bog everyone down. Like, this is already like over 100 episodes long series I'm doing, so I'm trying not to like completely destroy people's attention span by having so many episodes over an hour long. So I'm sorry about that, guys. So I will stop it here. I did a lot of talking this time. So hopefully maybe I'll cut some of that out. But guys, can't wait to see you next time. Bye bye.